Right, I've had a chance to think about this over the last couple of episodes. I'm going to end this series whenever I win some form of European trophy, albeit the Conference League, Europa League, or the Champions League. And now, let's get on with some transfers. Hello, welcome to part 56 of my Road to Glory save with Hajduk split, and in today's episode we shall be doing some transfer business, but before we do any, let's take a look at our season review. As you can see, we did complete another domestic double, the Croatian First League and the Croatian Cup. Pretty self-explanatory in this league what a domestic double is, because there's only 2 trophies up for grabs. Unless there's 3 when you don't win the Croatian Cup, but we don't have to worry about that this year. So let's take a look at some of our newest arrivals. So we had Marek Novak, who has won our signing of the season. I'm not surprised. So 42 appearances, plus 2 as a substitute. 47 goals, plus 5 assists. That's 52 goal contributions. That is absolute amazing. Then we have Martin Baturina from Bournemouth. 12 goals in 36 appearances and 16 assists. That's 28 goal contributions. Then Paul Schnoll from centre-back scores 11 goals. That is absolute amazing. Then you had Nenad Stankovic, only arrived in January, and he's quite young, so I'm sure he will be even better this year. Then Danny Mabeleng, absolute superb, absolute first class right back. He will be our first choice going into this season. And Thomas Schmidt, I thought he was okay. I'm not sure what the board were saying about him. And very unhappy with the deal to sign him on loan. The fee was, okay, fair enough. We did pay £5 million for him to bring him on loan. So that's probably not the best decision. Then Mario De Luis, he was an okay goalkeeper. He was fine in the league. Not so great in the Champions League. I might look to get in another goalkeeper. Possibly not. David Herald, 49 appearances, 1 goal. It's not the worst player. I'm sure he'll have an even better season this season. Then Joshua Xerxes, 14 goals in 13 appearances. Didn't play much, but my God, when he did play, he was brilliant. Then Giorgio Borghini, only on loan. We're not going to get him back because he was absolutely horrific. Then Jan Gabric. The board are very disappointed with the deal to sign Gabric. This is mainly due to both the transfer fee and the player's wage being on the high side. What is his wage? Fair enough. That might have been a mistake on my behalf. Then Alexander Nenov, he's only young. He's only 19. I believe he's still got like 4 or 5 star potential. So he's only young. He will improve. Then firstly, we won it with flying colours, 16 points clear of Rijeka, that's good. Champions League, we got knocked out by Man City in the knockout round to qualify for in the playoff round to qualify for the knockouts. Then Croatian Cup, we won it. Pretty simple. This league is quite boring. That's why I want to win some sort of European trophy. That's when the save will end. Our biggest win this year was against Dynamo, 7-1. Obviously not that Dynamo Batumi, not Zagreb. Is it Zagreb? Yeah, it is. Then our match to remember was our 5-0 win over PSV. Then goal of the season went to Ivan Kubelic, which he scored against Chelsea in a match we lost 6-1. Oh, Christ. Our annual revenue has gone down massively, apart from sponsorship, which has gone up by 10k. Apart from that, it's been pretty horrific. Actually, most of it's only gone down by a couple 100,000 or a couple of thousand, so it's not the worst season. Our best 11 this year was De Luis in goal, a back four of Mabeleng, Schnoll, Schmid, Herald and Basic and Jorgensen, McKinstry, Baturina, Stojkovic and Marek Novak. I'm not surprised with that team. And Manager of the Month awards, I won all of them apart from 2. I'm not sure which months. We will take a look at them. So I didn't win Manager of the Month in September, but I did finish in 3rd that month. Then February also finished in 3rd. It's the same people in February. It's quite often or not the same runners up in 3rd place in most of them. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So best we won't look at it. I must not forget, we have had offers for players, and some players are going to be leaving. So Carlos Eduardo is joining SEP for 2.4 million. He's joining on the 3rd of July. And then Leandro Peralta could be joining Wolves for 9 million. Then Stuart McKinstry, we've accepted offers from... Who have we accepted offers from? Aston Villa and Cardiff. They both met his release clause, so nothing we can do about that. We are signing one player, which you will be introduced very soon to. That is Gabriel Mizui. He's a Dutch centre mid. We are signing him from Ajax, so he should be quite a good player. He is a Mazzala, so should be probably a backup to... what's his name? What's the guy's name we've got playing in Mazzala at the moment? Stankovic. So probably a backup to him. Possibly, I don't know what other positions he could play. He can play advanced play. He's a playmaker or Mazzala. That's fine by me. We have promised him to play as a Mazzala role. In terms of other transfers, don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna I'm going to come back to maybe beginning of July. Hopefully by that point, I hopefully will have sold a few players and possibly signed a few players. Maybe even a couple wonder kids. Well, the transfer window has literally just opened and we have done some business. Not a lot, but we have signed a couple players. So let's take a look and see what we have done so far. So all of these players that are leaving are pretty much all youngsters. So Mladen Hondonja is joining Olympia. Kadic is joining Oostende. Silic is joining Austria Vienna. And that's all the people that are leaving so far, I think. So let's take a look at the players we've signed. So we have signed Gabriel Missouri. He's a Dutch centre mid. 2.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential. Not the best signing I've made, but I'm sure he'll be good. So he's a leading first league player, that's all fine by me. So we signed him from Ajax for 8.25 million. He's not even, I thought he was a first choice at Ajax. I thought he was in their first team, but apparently not. Oh. Maybe he is in real life. Then we have signed Lubos Provod. He is a Czech right back. 3.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential. He is a wonder kid. I didn't even know this at the time. He certainly wasn't a wonder kid when we offered him a contract, but he is now, so that's very good. He's currently a star player for the first league, so that's good. He might be our first choice right back. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that one out yet. Signed him from Victoria Plzen for 2.5 million. That's quite a cheap transfer. We have been trying to do most of our transfers this year on the cheap because wages, transfer budget is not as high as last year. Then, last but not least, Ismael Garbi is in. He is a Spanish centre attacking mid. 2.5 star current ability, 3 star potential. Leading first league player at the moment. We signed him from PSG on a free transfer. That's all I need to say about him. So this is what the budget looks like so far. I've still got 14 million in the bank. 59k spare wage budget. We are in the middle of selling some players. Yep, Lyko can go out on loan. That's fine by me. Edwards is yet to leave. Harold could be joining Bournemouth for 19.5 million, which will be good because he's on 41k a week, so that will free up a lot of wage budget. That will probably take us up to over 100 if he does leave, so that's good, fine. Batterina, we rejected an offer from Sebastian for 9 million. I know we could get more. Speaking of Batterina, he is going to be probably playing on the right hand side for this season, mainly because we did sign that guy from PSG, so we'll train him up to play on the right. He did play a lot on the right hand side last season, so he should be quite comfortable out there. Yeah, but that's fine. We'll keep it all the same. Don't really change the pitch sizes that much. We are offering some players contracts. We've offered Kovacic a contract, whether or not he will accept. I hope he does come in, because he is Croatian. He will help out with homegrown in country stuff. I don't think he did. No, he started off at Dynamo. Didn't think he started off at Split. We have also offered a contract to Perpetti. Whether or not he will come in, I do. No, we haven't. I thought we did. Oh no, we tried to, but then his wages were too high for us. So that's why we couldn't offer him one. Who else have we offered contracts to? This guy is coming in on trial. Don't know if he's any good, because we do need another goalkeeper. So we've offered contracts to Kovacic, Hakim Ziyech, and Marcus Thuram. Probably none of them. Some of them might feature in the Champions League if they do come in. Probably mainly just for the league, because don't need to do a squad registration for the league, so we can have as many players as we like for the league, and it wouldn't really matter, would it? So at the moment, our current squad is looking like this. Go down from position to position. So goalkeeper, we've just got Delui. So we kind of need another one. I've been on the eye out for that. There's a PSG goalkeeper called Julian Serrano. I might try and get him in. Possibly on a loan. Then right backs, we've got Mabeleng and Provod. He's out. He's injured. Oh, only for 4 weeks. Then Eduardo is leaving, so we can just forget about him. Then centre backs, we've got Schnoll, Hottie, and that is it. And Schmidt is going back to Man United, so we need 2 centre backs. Then left backs, we've just got Nenov. Then Harold could be leaving us, so another left back. Centre mids, we've got Basic, Jorgensen, Maric, and Missouri and Stankovic. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 centre mids. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure we can work with that, even if it does mean changing up the formation. The right wingers so far we've got Batterina and Borghini left us to go back to his parent club, so we need a right winger. Then attacking midfielders, we have got Kubelic and Garbi. That's it for now. Then left wingers, we've got Raimondi and Dusan Stojkovic. Then strikers, we have got Joshua Zirkzee and Marek Novak, who we have offered a new contract to. He does have a 10.75 million release clause. Hopefully no one breaks it, because I can't want him to stay here until probably at the end of the series, whenever that will be. Could be soon, could be next season, the end of the series. I do not know. All depends how we get on in the Champions League or Europa. I might just not qualify for the Europa League on purpose, then we can go on and win the... No, I might not qualify for the Champions League on purpose, and then we can probably go on to win the Europa League. That's what I might end up doing. But I don't want to, because that's sort of like cheating in a way. So, yeah, that's all the transfer business I've done. So, let's do a recap. So, we need a goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs, a left-back, potentially. Centre-mids we're good for, centre-attacking mids we're good for. It's really only a goalkeeper, 2 centre-backs, a left-back, and a right winger. then we are pretty much done. So I'm gonna come back. Obviously, there's no Super Cup this year, so that's one less game for this season. Mind you, that's the same as last season. So I'm gonna come back just before our very first league game. Obviously, as with the previous seasons, I'm not going to show you many league games unless it's towards the end of the season. So I will come back just before our first league game against Dynamo, and hopefully we will have assembled a full 22-25 man squad. Well, it's currently the first day of the brand new season and the end of this year's transfer special, and let's take a look and see what transfer business we've done throughout the whole of this episode. So, starting off with the first couple of signings we made, which I thought we made some on the back of last season, which we didn't. So, first up, we had Ismael Garbi. He is a Spanish centre-attacking midfielder. 2.5 star current ability, 3 star potential. Leading first league player at the moment. We got him from PSG on a free transfer. That should be quite a good signing. I hope so. Don't know. This transfer window has been quite tricky, even though we have signed quite a lot of players. Then secondly, we've signed Lubus Prevod. He's a Czech Republic right back. 3.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential. Wonder Kid, more importantly, so that's good. Star player in the first league. We signed him from Victorian Plazen for 2.5 million, so I reckon we'll make a bit of a decent profit for him if I'm still manager, which we'll get to that point in a minute. Then Gabriel Missouri is a Dutch centre mid, 2.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential. Leading player in the first league at the moment. Signed him from Ajax for 8.25 million. Slightly regretting that the transfer fee for that. A bit too high for my liking now. But I'm sure he'll be a good player. Then we signed Hakim Ziyech. He is a Moroccan right winger. 1.5 star current ability. Jeez, that's a bit of a poor transfer. Anyway, we got him on a free transfer from Cardiff. I'm slightly regretting signing Ziyech now. Should have probably signed him then. Zoran Lukovic is a Serbian centre-back on loan from Liverpool for this season. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Star player in the first league, so I reckon he'll be a very good centre-back for us this year. Then Nenad Kokic is another Serbian player, goalkeeper, on loan from Inter Milan for the whole of this season. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Leading player in the first league once again. Then we signed Marcus Thuram. He's a French striker, 31 years old, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. Leading player in the first league once again. We signed him from Aston Villa on a free transfer. Previously, had playing experience at Mönchengladbach, Gringab, and don't know who that team is. Then we signed Domenico Lore. He is a Italian left back, 2.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential. It could have been better. Leading player in the first league, that's all that matters, personally. So we bought him from Lazio for 6.5 million. So I'd say it's quite cheap considering his value is 12.5 million. So that's not too bad. Then last signing is Guilherme. He is a Brazilian centre back. Can play pretty much anywhere. Well, he's a makeshift right back, a makeshift right mid, and a makeshift striker. Where have Newcastle been playing him? Because that's where we have got him on loan from. He's a 2.5 star current ability, 3-star potential. Good player in the first league. That's probably one of the worst signings they've ever made. But I'm not sure he'll get much game time. But He might not. He has made a couple first team appearances for Newcastle. Obviously not many. He made 5 in the league actually. He can't be that bad if he's made appearances for Newcastle. And that is all the signings I've done. And David Herald did join Bournemouth in the end for 17.25 million. And another thing, I have signed a new contract. And that will be my final contract at Split. When this contract runs up, that is it. That is the end of this save. Unless we win a European trophy before my contract ends. If we don't, then we're ending the save at the end of this contract. So 2033, so 4 more seasons to win the Champions League. So I will see you all tomorrow where we'll be playing our Champions League Champions Path playoff. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching!